Chores versus jobs. What is the difference between a chore and a job? We keep it really simple. A job is something that really you would be willing to pay somebody else to do. An example of that might be to hoover the whole house, to clean the whole house, to clean the car, to mow the lawn, to paint the fence. All of those are jobs because technically they could be something that I would pay somebody else to do. But taking your plate out, loading the dishwasher, emptying the recycling, loading up the dishwasher are all chores, and they're all part of the team. So we just call them a team activity. These are just things that have got to be done, and we together as a collective, we get them done so that we can live in a nice house. But anything that you could, or you might, or you would, or you do pay somebody else to do, for instance, if you pay £3 to the local car wash to run your car through, why not keep that in-house and give that £3 to your son to wash the car? And to be fair, by hand, it's probably worth 4 because you're reducing the amount of scratches, possibly. The beauty with this that we found then is that our son is starting to build up a pot of money. So when he goes to the shops, or when we go to the shops and he comes with us, he brings his own money. And so there's never that, Dad, can I have that? Dad, can I have that? Mum, can I have that? Because he's got his own money. So it's like, you've got your own money, you buy it if you want to. And we don't control that at all in any way. We do offer advice, and we will question him and say, well, look, if you spend all of your money on that, you're going to have this. And then there's also the opportunity cost. So if you spend £5 on that, instead of putting £5 into the S&P 500, for instance, how much are you going to pay for that, and how much is the S&P going to get you? Again, just trying to open his eyes. And sometimes he takes the investment route because he's decided that whatever he wants to buy is nowhere near as worth as much as the opportunity cost. Other times he really wants it and he buys it, and so do we as adults. So giving the child the opportunity to have a little bit of retail therapy, control over his money, opportunity for us to talk about money, opportunity for him to buy things and act as an adult, opportunity for us to talk about the maths. He only operates by cash, so that he's then doing his sums. We can teach him how to operate with cash. How much is it? How much money, how much change are you expecting to get when he gets that change, to check it? All these little things. Make sure you keep the receipt. Keep hold of the receipt because you might have to take it back. Keep hold of the receipt because you can claim the tax back. What does the tax look like? How much could you get back? Is it worth doing? Do we have tax on this product? Is there isn't tax on this product? Why isn't the tax on this product? Because it's food or not? Whatever. But there's so many conversations added to that little thing, and it's one of the most important things that we do in our lives, isn't it? We all interact with money on a day-to-day basis. The clothes we wear, the food we eat, the houses we live in. And so learning how money works, how it can be lost, which is why we only operate in cash, but also how to manage your money, how to plan for the future, and sometimes how to blow it all on a piece of rubbish and make the mistake, or how to put it in your pocket and not zip the pocket up and lose it, and letting him learn how that feels so that when he's older he doesn't lose a lot more money and he's more careful because he's already gone through a mini trauma as a child and he's remembered that wasn't a nice feeling, so I'm not going to do that again, and hopefully it will help him in future adult life. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying it's going to avoid any kind of financial mistake in any way, because that would be ridiculous. But the more we talk about it and the more they do it from an earlier age, the more chance they've got of making better decisions when they're older. And it's purely a numbers game in our opinion.